Inside today's edition of the program, we dey talk to John Keister, the head coach for the national football team, Leone Stars. John Keister get appointments inside 2020, and in contracts have been for 3 years. August 30 this year, John Keister in mandate they done as the head coach for the national football team Leone Stars. Whether they go renew or not, that's left to the FA. But waiting, John Keister they can talk about when he be the take over the team. He been promised for transition Leone Stars to a formidable team for the people of Sierra Leone. Inside the 3 years, John Keister be not able to transition this team. What are the challenges for coach the national football team Leone Stars, and what are some of in success them? What are in recommendations them? I get John Keister inside the program once more. John, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you very much.
3 years down the line, and with them being given contract, and before that, you know, been assistant coach to Sila State. How you can describe your tenure on Leone Stars?
It's a bittersweet pill around, you know, the 3 years, you know, where I don't know the national team. I think everybody be aware, say, where I'm going to the national team. I was given 3 years when I for qualify to the Nations Cup, and obviously go through the transition where I've been feel say we were needed that time as well, where everybody needed in regards to the playing side of the team, wherein we know we had to introduce more players we're born overseas, we want with a Sierra Leone background, and try and build a group of players. Then you know we go eventually take us for another 6-7 years away from the players, and we don't do so well in the last how many years they were already going away now. So this was the plan for me, and I think inside that 3 years I managed to achieve my mandate when I set when I for qualify. I did. We qualified. And then I think to say give Sierra Leoneans a hope, because I think qualifying for the Nations Cup brought a lot of light again and hope. So you know we're going the right way. I know along the line we've had one or two situations around results and stuff, which is understandable. But for me, I think to say what I've brought into the national team up to now, when we contract the kind, I've brought a lot of hope. I've brought a lot of stability. There's a lot of success. I'm very pleased with the job what I don't do. Going back to statistics, going back to when I've come on take over the job, there's a lot of work I don't do. Probably people look at the one or two side and way games are not go right and results were not right, but don't look at the overall picture in 3 years.
Now we look at statistics. You start from mention statistics.
Yes.
Now we look at number of games where John Keister play as coach for the national football team and the number of winning before look at goal conceded. And
Musa, I think it's a very, very important look at football holistically. You know, now they look at games win, how much game you win. Look at what you they try for achieve. Understand? For me, when I came into this job here, I've been talking, we go qualify. Okay? In those qualifications, I think when I take over, bearing in mind, Musa, in my 3 years, I've only played but one game inside Sierra Leone when I against Nigeria, even then I've been behind closed door. But every other match that I don't play for Sierra Leone as head coach, I've played away from Sierra Leone. So that's a big.
Well, they can look at the challenges.
No, yeah, that's just.
They look at the challenges.
Yeah, that's just breaking through that. So I'm just going through that and I make a count down the back.
Okay.
Because I already put it down, because that's part of what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
When I take over, I think I played about competitive games. I don't play 12 competitive games, which goes back to Nigeria away, the 4-4. We play Nigeria and away at the one game, closed door, where we draw. We play Lesotho away, and I play Benin in Guinea, where we win, we make a qualify. After that, I have 3 games at the Nations Cup when Algeria, we drew, Ivory Coast, and then obviously Equatorial Guinea, we come out on penalties, where we got out. And then I followed through to my next assignment on my contract, which obviously was to qualify, I already qualified, which brings me back into these qualifiers. Again, Nigeria, we play at home today, we lost. Guinea-Bissau, we draw 2-2. Sao Tome, we draw 2-2, and we win 2-0. And then Nigeria, we lost 3-2. So in my competitive matches, I have played around 12 matches, and I've only lost 3 matches. And 2 of those matches is Nigeria, and then Equatorial Guinea. Okay? It takes me now again to where I said to you about me games that I don't play and how many games I win. It brings us to the friendly matches. I think we go back Morocco, we play 3 games, the friendly matches prior to Nations Cup. We win 1, we draw 1, and then lost 1. We go to Turkey. You know, we win 2, we lost 1. You know, and then obviously we had the Comoros, South Africa, Congo, DRC, and Algeria game that were very, very difficult matches with a lot of stuff around that. So it's qualification to Nations Cup.
And taking over the team, you promised transition.
Yes.
So you think they don't transition the team?
Absolutely.
What are the pointers?
Around the transition?
Yes.
We have a new group of players that we don't come in. We don't look at all the players and we will feel to say they're outside or inside Sierra Leone. We'll go able to look at for build the team, and I think I've done all that. And we've got a very definite answer around that. Say yes, we have a group now where they go when Sierra Leone leave. And so hopefully, you know, the future is bright for Sierra Leone because the transition group, not for today, tomorrow, is for the long term.
Now, you contracts the done on August 31. For somebody where they listen now, is John Keister going to be the next head coach for Leone Stars? That's
for the powers that be for make that decision. For me, I don't come and I was asked to do a job when I for qualify Sierra Leone after so many years. That was my mandate. In any work where you go, you have a mandate to do. And I've done that. So for me, I fulfilled that. At the end of my contract, whatever happens, will not be for say because John Keister not do what he set out for can do. Would be because they want to go another way, they want to look another way, which is normally football. I'm a football coach. I understand that. And for me as well, it gives me something as well. Say, you know, I'll go around again, go back again, and develop where I have to develop. So it doesn't matter. Whatever way, I've done my best in regards to the mandate to them and give me, and I'm very pleased with the work I don't do.
When you go through your statistic just now, one of the criticism against John Keister are that John they win matches and more of draw.
Because we're going through a transition. And when you go through a transition, Musa, you're bringing players in a different stage. We know they're together for a long time. So when those players are coming in its time. So sometimes, for me, the draws then for me is very, very important. You know why the draws are important? We're not losing games. We're drawing games. We're not winning games. So we stabilize the situation. If you go back to statistics again, I go back to the last how many games we Sierra Leone played before I take over. See how many wins and how many draws and did. And then compare them to my own result instead of stabilizing going through the transition and which I get in terms of wins.
Leone Stars under John Keister, they win, they score, but at the same time they concede goals. What's the problem? The
problem brings us to the personnel. That's why I went through transition for look at a lot of players who feel to say go will be able for coming and represent Sierra Leone at that level there in terms of the quality. So again, these are part of the challenges that they get. So it will be say John Keister then they lead the patch because I'm the head coach. So I take responsibility for results. But then again, we have to be very reasonable around what you will get as a country. You understand? I bring the players in, I identify, I select the players in. But then again, the players then get responsibility. And then the players they will get, again, we have to be understand that say, these are the players they will get. Do you understand? So there's no two ways about it. I cannot come in and sit down and say, oh, we get this, we get that, and we will not get them. Now what you will get to? Now they try for manager, they try for put together for make a better group.
John, continue for stay with me when I come back. For call and ask John Keister any question you want for ask him as he did at the studio go answer you. And you self for the watch me on Facebook, you can drop your comments there for John Keister. And if you know the watch me, you can able to drop your comment on the number 0779819181 as we get for open the phone line later for get to view them on the program Sports Update where they come to you from 98.1. John, and the transition, we see you come with a lot of young people and after the Nations Cup, we see them pull the captainship na Zengele and we then give the Stephen Coker. How John Keister been the part of this road, but because for plenty they've been thinking, say, this is one of the challenges that we make plenty old players left the national team like Kai Kamara there.
Well, you know, football, Musa, na about opinion. You know, I think to say, I can't have a lot talk about the records around where they're in charge, till whatever happens at the end of it. I think all this way you talk about captaincy doesn't really matter because again, this is football.
Well, some people think say perhaps it affects you.
Well,
Somehow.
Well, it not affect me tenor because let me tell you something, Musa. Before I take over Leone Stars, let me go back to a few statistics again where I don't give me on. Before I come back as assistant, before I take over, it shows you more a little bit how important it is. Okay, Sierra Leone play away to Liberia, we lost. We come at home, they win. Okay, we take over, we go into the Nations Cup qualifiers, we qualify so. The first game we saw them playing at home was against Lesotho, we draw, closed door. Okay, we go away to Benin, we lost. Prior to that, we played in another qualifier where we play Gabon, we play at home, we win. We play Sudan at home, we win. We play Malawi, a friendly match at home, we win them. So just give you an insight of how important it is when we come to statistics playing at home. Okay? Now, we go back to the other side. We play Gabon away, we lost. We play Sudan away, we lost. Ivory Coast away, we lost. We drew with Ivory Coast and Nigeria. We played Chad inside Chad, we lost. And we beat Chad inside Chad. So now, compare those statistics and compare to when I come in, how stabilized I don't stabilize the national team when it comes to results. Especially, again, bearing in mind, I not play none of my matches in at home. And if you go through the statistics, you see the games that we win. You go see percentage of how many games that we win, where home advantage in regards to playing in front of the fans there is very, very important.
John Keister, during 3 years tenure, what did they regard as the biggest challenge coaching the national football team?
Listen, it's a lot of work. Okay, I wanna to look at what I don't do, Musa. Okay, challenges. Then go look at that. Eventually, at the end of my tenure, whatever happens, going forward, whatever it is, they'll look at that. But for me, I just wanted you for one of my biggest challenge was not playing at home. That was one of my biggest challenge. 3 years in charge, and look at the result they will get in terms of when I don't play. Every game I play is playing away. And see the result they will don't get compared to the one I don't tell you who are playing at home. I think it's just about right. If I've been playing half of these qualifiers in at home, we would have qualified, we will go qualify. But people don't know that. Now they can't see they go through all these statistics them for members say, well, hang on a minute. Where you say then they draw. I am drawing, but I have stabilized. And I've brought in the mentality, like you said, we're scoring more goals now, even though they concede. Okay? We know they win games like people say with the draw. But it brings stability than losing games. Bearing in mind again, I not play but one single game that home winner behind closed doors.
John,
and the 2 games that were lost against Musa, it was against Nigeria. And obviously Equatorial Guinea on the penalty one. So I think that's just about not bad.
During your tenure, then there are a lot of questions about some of the decisions you take as the head coach for the national team.
Yes.
Make we come back to the last game where you played in Liberia. We see John Keister come with Stephen Coker and put him forward instead of the normal back way he used for play. This is one way people don't question why John Keister did this. And we also see you come with Ibrahim from Bo Rangers as the goalkeeper ahead of the number 1 goalkeeper, where people don't ask questions about this also. And we see the back of the defense line of John Keister now more of home-based players then. What's in Bingida called and then decisions then against Nigeria and Liberia?
It's not about decision, Musa. It's about what you get. Let me be honest. I've come here all the time. I'm going to be very, very honest with you, Musa. Let me start with people have their opinions about how they look at things. We, as a technical team of the work, we have an opinion about how we look at things, okay? Now, let's start with Steven. Steven was our plan B. We're playing against Nigeria. We know, say, at some point, Nigeria will have the onus on we, okay? So what he would decide was, if and when it was a game that we need to win, okay? If and when we're struggling, we go down, and we're going into time, and we need for play another way for Google results, would they bring Steven Putter up front, which we don't do before. And he paid dividend for us. Not say because now sometimes this one not pay dividend, then now people say, well, you know, why do that? No, for me, Steven Nkanwan creates a situation for we will make even score the second goal. You understand? Because just in presence, in height, let's be honest again, Musa, look at Nigeria, right? The two centre back there. We know win one ball at the end. We know win one ball, then we win all the balls. They were so comfortable. But we needed to bring height for match them up again for see if we can play another way for getting results. Which for me, I think to say, the moment where Steven can, it make the Nigerian defense not even come up again. They stayed a little bit back, we make we get space for score the second goal. The third goal, everybody sees say, that's just inexperience in my own thoughts as a coach. Say, well, you know, not to think anyway, Nami go do again. The players will understand and say, at that time, you know, there's a cynical foul called when a professional foul. Take the foul, and then we get the result. Okay? Going to Mohamed. Everybody understands the situation with Mohamed. When we went into Morocco, we bring Mohamed can play for, when we went into Morocco, we changed Mohamed. Now, Ibrahim played the 2 games there. Okay? Ibrahim played the 2 games there. So, if you don't play the 2 games that we don't do well, we come into the Nigeria game, Ibrahim goes back. Mohamed is number 1. Yes? But at this moment in time now in club, it's not getting enough playing time. So, what would you do? You understand? I had the same situation while going Mohamed na.
I did look at the decisions them we still there at the public eye.
Yes.
And the decision of Abu Dhabi to the Nations Cup in
Good.
your final game in Equatorial Guinea.
Good.
How would I arrive at that decision and would I make that decision?
Good. Musa, I have been very, very professional around how I work in the national team. Okay? And when you're ahead, there are things that you deal with as a professional. Musa, before we went to the Nations Cup, I had 4 extra coaches coming also for Can Support We, which was very good. We appreciate it. We all work together. And these are all players that we don't play for the national team at some point. I have experience. We went into the final game, Nalimbe, okay? Me and these coaches had a conversation. If you go back to the last game we played against Ivory Coast at the Nations Cup, everybody would tell you, say, we were very, very open at the midfield, which make even the goal where the boy from Tottenham scored, the Ivorian boy, it was because he had to go through the middle. We were very open, okay? So we draw, we call that game. Going back into Limbe, we figure out, say, we need to make a few changes for, now we stabilize the midfield, okay? Being head is easier for me to make decisions and take them. I can do that. But what was very important is I consulted with these guys because they look at the game from another side, me they look at from another side. I spoke to this guy, we sit down, we talk about that. Every game before we go into the games, I want people to understand, I don't just pick the team on my own. I have a technical team, I have the 4 guys that we make an 8. Okay? Every time we're ready for go pick team, with the going, we have a technical meeting. Half an hour before the players can inside. We sit down there. It happened the first game, we pick the first team, we go against Algeria, we get the result. The same thing happened for the second one, we get the result. It come back to the last game in Limbe. I call the same meeting, we go into the technical room. We said, okay, we're going to go into this game. We've had a situation in midfield. How do we deal with this? No, all chipping, because we're all working for Sierra Leone. You understand? I'm the boss. I can say, no, I have to go this way. Do you understand? So what happens? We sit on back. We pick the team back. Right back, would I go there? We say yes. Everybody say yes. Everybody say yes, we go. And then we come to central midfield, we put John Kamara, will not be one. And the other central midfield back, we left her empty. We go back, we change our bring Kwambika on the right, Mustafa Bundu, we put Musa, and then we put Sky. And we came back to the other midfield role. Who did they go play there? I asked every single one of them coaches and their opinion. They all gave me the opinion. All 8 of those coaches play Abu Dhabi. If you're the head at that time, everyone say Abu Dhabi. Contrary, if I'm the head coach, I get a contrary rating call. What would you do?
John, in a position where you get contrary view of a player and you're not the head coach, when things go bad, they no go point at them other one. Then you didn't point at.
It's okay.
You get a veto power.
It's okay. I just tell you, I'm the head coach. I can make that decision.
If that decision not in favor you game plan, why you use them?
No. It's essential midfield player holding. Now we want.
But when the game be the staff na Limbe, you see some players them they play free role from Equatorial Guinea. You not been thinking a high time for make a change from you normal plan.
Yeah, but Musa, we were still in the game. You understand? Now we lost the game on the penalty. Everybody said this. We were still in the game, Musa. They was winning 1-0. And then when we made the change at the right time, we still get something out of the game that could have got us further. So it's unfortunate to say we missed the penalty, but we were still in the game. So we made changes at the time that we needed to make changes.
After the Nations Cup, we see the public don't they ask, we want a technical report of what happened. John Keister and the technical team being present any technical reports.
Absolutely. Every game I go into, Musa.
What are some of the technical recommendations?
I think that's
the Nations Cup.
No, that's internal. It will come out at some point. It will come out.
How long?
No. Well, it's
been a while after the Nations Cup.
We've made our report and given it in, Musa. You understand? Every game I go to, Musa, I do a report and I give it in. Okay? And look at the challenges and look at how we can improve on things in. You understand? I don't want us to sit here and begin dwell on because this result not happening, not because of that, not because no, Musa. I want us to look at things. You understand? Where I am going to be the boss now, where they take responsibility. I've always took responsibility. But there are times the coach asks this question, I will say, well, now this happening. You understand? But I always take responsibility if you go wrong. Because at the end of the day, I'm the head coach. I have never come here and said to you, hey, not to me, not to me, fall, not to me, fall, not to me, fall. I am taking responsibility. And I'll carry on taking responsibility. Regardless of who they said, why they work. I'll always take responsibility.
Plenty time, they don't criticize John for his decisions then pass. And people think, say, John they under pressure from starting quarters for new starting players team. At any time of your coaching career with the national football team, you don't come under pressure from anybody for use a particular player.
Musa, from when we have a match, I call the technical team. We sit down together. Now we look at all the players. Now we identify the players. And now we choose the players. When we go into matches, we go through the same process. We go through training. We identify the players, who that they start when they start. I have not been one of these coaches that were very, dictatorial. We go say, no, I can't pick team. I say, yeah. No, I can't. So don't look at it. Position-wise, we bring the opposition, we analyze, we see who that go there, who that go do down there, and we all do one together. Unless if other people think contrary, then go behind me back, go talk, say, hey, well, the man want to do one, which is obviously always the case, which is okay.
Now we look at the changes of John Keister, especially back to the Nations Cup. Why John Keister now they make plenty changes, and why do they wait late in the game before you change?
But Musa, again, changes. There's got to be changes at the right time, and it's got to be the right change. What so? There's got to be changes. There are times how now they see the game from the outside, how will you look at the game? It's two different situations. You understand? Let people not begin to look at the games as how I look at Premier League. This is African football national team. So there are times when you look and say, hey, well, simple example. If I have the squad where Nigeria gets, you understand? With the quality where Nigeria gets and everything, I make changes if I have to make it because I know say everybody's like for like. Which is so. But what I know every single one. I know the quality. I know what's in the happen. I know that they come up against. So sometimes you have to think it through. And now we all this number could think them through, and then we make a decision about it.
Continue for stay with me, John Keister. I come back to you, and you say when they listen, you can call. We will go open the phone line, and also you they watch we live on Facebook. Drop your comments for John Keister on any issue for sake of the national football team Leone Stars. Quick one, we go and take the reports back. We say the Miller Brotherhood now will be first barracks. This brotherhood don't they promote sport and education. We say the Miller Brotherhood get for do workouts for raise awareness so that young people go tap for take drugs in the country. We say the auditor for the Miller Brotherhood, Mohammed Kanu, call on young people for tap for take drugs and focus on education and sports. We join Jaffa Mans Davis, we say talk to them.
This organization, they're about for promote young people from back in 2010, for promote young people based on education and also sport.
Okay. Now look at since 2010 we from this organization, how we done the carry on with an initiative them for promote young people as you mentioned.
We done the carry on with initiative them by doing some community awareness programs, them like engaging young people in the community for help them out academically, Also try for shape some aspect of the social life also. So like Martina that we don't do we myself we see that today like I benefit from that a lot. We don't promote sports like senior like we don't participate into community leagues them way like now big league there for community level and would actually cover Bokutin we involved in sport and also education where I first call.
Since 2010, now we inside 2023. Any activity they way the Miller Brotherhood they try for him back on before this 2023 they done?
Okay, yes. We dey try for him back on a workout or waka activity where we want for let happen on the 25th November 2023 this year, and we go start from St. Mary's Hillcourt Junction to Leicester Peak. The main reason for this workout and for create awareness of this drug abuse we all dey face in the country right now, where young people they get themselves involved into, where we actually know say and it's in the way they even affect the communities because some of our brothers and also we friends they get involved into this way they destroy them right now. So one create the awareness because like as I say earlier on, the beginning of Mila now for promote sport and education. So we want to stick to that because we know say drug abuse, if you want to be a person in the academic field, you get for stay off drug abuse. And if you want to be person, we want to engage in sport and football. As we all know in this country, football strongly they against drug abuse. You know, go I want to be a professional footballer, then you do into drug. We do this engagement, we like for take place on the 25th, as I say. We get for gather up at Hillcourt Junction by St. Mary's. The waka go up as Leicester Peak, then we all go scatter.
How the Brotherhood they own workout or exercise they get for be different from other organizations?
Okay. First of all, we not just get for grab and do this thing. We get for seek for police clearance. We get for make them known to the general public for letting them know say Miller Brotherhood now a non-profit making organization. We undertake this and also we prepare t-shirts we get for sell out to people and we go and partake because we get a minimum rate we put we na 150 million per person we want partake for this because you get for get a t-shirt and also refreshment on the way. So now that now preparation and we engage the community strongly for make them buy the idea of this workout because we not go and let be like something way we just go do this here there and die out. It will be something like it will be an annual program where every year we get a particular date where we go all go together as communities, as people and we on the part of the institution, as people and we on the part of the institution also for undertake this program for go and waka, we go and preach to ourselves, talk to ourselves, share love among each other. We go up the Leicester Peak and we try for scatter.
Well, quick one that's na Mohammed Kanu in the auditor for the Miller Brotherhood, who said they talk to Jaffa Mans Davis about the workout within the do. Still inside the program, we get the national football team head coach John Keister. They talk about happenings them during in tenure as the head coach for the national football team, as he been take over the team 2020 for 3 years mandate, August 31 this year. In mandate they done, and they engage John Keister on some of the successes and challenges and how it sounds like for coach the national football team. John, and I asked you earlier about the issue of if he under pressure from any quarter for news any player.
Well, I just don't mention to you.
Yes,
I said
and another allegation. They say players then they give money to the technical team for selection.
It didn't say technical team. They don't say players. They don't say coach. They don't call with him. So that's you know
player in any way.
You know Musa.
One they don't ever give.
You know Musa. I don't come back now 13 years now. Okay? And one thing I always say in my growing up, and I would always say to you, when I was given this job, when I gave me this job, now for represent Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone. Okay? For the fact say then trust me with this job, not because I'm being trusted. Okay? I don't think, the talk where they talk, so anybody there, any side, we go ever say, John Keister, I don't know again this. Nobody know they will go ever say, when it comes to Sierra Leone national team, and my ethics, my work ethics, they don't ever tell you say, somebody can say A or B.
Louis,
if anybody there, we at some point, but again, at the environmental day, when people are not get what they want, they start the smearing. So,
Louis, I take you back to the Nations Cup as squad. We say you get plenty players them, but are useless. And we see one of the players them after the Nations Cup say, in just can't waste time for 80 minutes. We in Isakalon. And since then, he don't get challenged for camp. In camp one, get anything for do with that. And why some of the issues them with the players in the race, players then go, use players them. Why economical with using players?
Yeah, but Musa, the thing is, this is not about players. This is about a group of players. Okay? If you get something where they work, you change them. If you have something where they work, you change them, so no more.
So you been thinking, say, the squad where you been pick the work for you?
The two games we'll play, try to the squad where we get. We'll play against Algeria, we'll draw. They'll not do well. We'll go to Ivory Coast and draw. Back, we'll not do well. We'll go back to, what do you say?
Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea, where we changes at the end, we'll get the penalty and we don't go through again. We'll not do well. The problem here, Musa, is let's let everybody stop for put their own interest before what you all they try for achieve together as a group. This is not about one single individual player. This is about we all. Musa, everybody, when they watch games in Europe, people when they watch games them. Man City, now the same team they play week in, week out. Players in the way they still have been also. Same as Man United, then get a squad. Every that's all football. You have a squad. Where this no days go come, where this no days go come. Where this no day this guy do well, then you go stand the job. So let we not look at this, say, oh, why you not use this, why you not? Yes, if you they do well, why do you change it? Why go pull you come out? You understand? It's simple football, what you call. If you not do well, why do I change it?
Now, John, I asked you earlier about the Nations Cup technical team reports. You say we don't pull them. But you say we don't make them public, then get for make them later.
I never said that. I said we don't give that report the long time.
So we not know they make them to the public later.
No, I have employers. So where we make a report, they will give report.
If we not make them public, but some of the recommendations they wanna put inside the FA in any way don't implement them.
I'm not going into that. I have done a report. You understand? I don't give reports on to my employer. This is a long time now we're talking about, so we don't give them that.
Now let's look at the just concluded campaign. We say Salon already don't go out.
Yes.
And now the hope of Salon qualifying have been against Sao Tome home and away matches.
Yes.
But we see the home match or away match, Leone Star draw inside that game day, we shatter the home of the hope of Salon. For some, this like being a match where Salon don't win. Looking at Sao Tome record, Guinea-Bissau give them 5, and we see Nigeria give them 11. So people think say Salon back go and get 6 points from them and stand a chance.
Okay, Musa. Again, me not one person to make excuses. I think those 2 matches, Musa, we should have won. If we don't win them 2 matches in there, there's no 2 ways about it. You look at the first match, we get past 7, 8, 9 chances they won't score. We go into the second match, we win them. Now, what people don't understand, prior to the games that we begin, Sao Tome and Seychelles being get issues around who that they go through the Nations Cup. So I think during that period, they're not being not sure for that they go. We should not be sure. When they go play Nigeria, we should go play Guinea-Bissau. Prior to where we can to the second, where we can play our own game. Okay? If you go back to the team list where they come out, where they pull out, they must have had about 12, 13 new players them, where they bring coming from the last 2 squads we play Nigeria and we play Guinea-Bissau.
But they not get any points from any other team.
Because those 2 matches came in at a time when they were struggling. Remember,
and even after Leone Star, they play another match, they lose.
But that was Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
They played Nigeria, they played Guinea-Bissau. We play Nigeria, we can play Guinea-Bissau. So it was at the same period, 3 days later.
John, you mantra have been transition. Qualification and transition.
Yes.
To the media, you've been saying the transition.
Yes.
And you think say don't transition national team.
I think I've done a very decent job.
And if when Abi Alia State say whether you continue for be head coach or not, it depends to the FA, the decision. I will ask you that now you say too. But if you left the national football team to the Leone Stars, you think say you don't do a very good job for transition this team for anybody where they can take to the height way be one time?
Absolutely, because again, it goes back to what you get in regards to the players, Musa. I have used 56 players. I managed to forget the group now. We don't go back-to-back games. If there's any player out there that I want to use, apart from not coming again, where they come now, we're different, then probably I don't miss out. I know for facts, I have used and seen every single one of those players, not one game, not 2 games. So now the transition is, I've gone and transitioned the players, the way I think at this moment in time, will go on for not to 1 year or 2 years, now for the next 4 or 5 years.
So you don't left a very solid team for Salone.
I have left a base. Now I don't left Musa. I have left the base. And the base is something to start from going forward.
John, what are the challenges, as you mentioned earlier, now the issue of not playing home matches?
Oh, yes.
But if you they left the team, what are the recommendations them we they left?
No, listen. You know, I have come here to talk about, you know, people then get results, you know, they win, you know, they this. And I've just gone through that and gone through Sierra Leone and then last how long, not so?
Yes.
And now we don't go through. And so if you look at those, you're going to say, yes, I've done really, really well in regards to results.
Continue for stay with me, John Keister. They open the phone line now on 0779819881. We say people go call and make their contribution, ask question to John Keister. But please keep your comment respectful. 077-3108-62. Now the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. We get the head coach for the national football team, Leone Star, John Keister. We get a call on the line. Good afternoon. Name where you call from? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, you name where you call from a contribution.
This is Nabala. I call from Lumley.
Your contribution?
Yeah, my contribution definitely really agree and respect John Keister, but in problem in not listening to the public. That's not my own concern. He tried very well. They take national team from somewhere else, but not listening to public.
How you not listen to public? What are some of the instances then the way John Keister not listening to the public? John lost her online. 779819881. Hello, good afternoon. Name yourself, call from Sports Update. Hello, good afternoon. 077981981 and the number for call and make a contribution inside the program Sports Update, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Good afternoon. Name yourself, call from. Okay. 779819881. Now the number for call and make a contribution inside the program. Good afternoon, name of call from Sports Update.
Hello?
Good afternoon, name of call from.
Yeah, John Keister not good. It's not good for Salone, not good for Salone today. For change up. That man able do nothing for Salone. We know the win game, we just the lock.
Plenty, thank you for your contribution inside the program. 779819881. Name of call from. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, you never call from. Good afternoon.
Let God help you, yeah?
Amen.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, I get you. I get you. Go ahead.
The point is, if people and they can't look, say that man not do nothing, Keister not do nothing. No, left this kind of attitude is not good. The Sawe John Keister pull Leone Star. Look the kind position, look the kind football all belong they play. Now everybody they talk against that man. This kind of no good or a bad. And me no say John Keister. For now, we no get coach go reach him. Because what you do, the man get percent to the player, he get percent to the country, he get percent. He love the country. So I tap there. Thank you very much. So that's that.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Call from Sports Update. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you never said call from your contribution.
I want to call from Kubi. John Keister, this country, I have to follow with satisfaction of this country also. Always the trouble self-interest. Coach, you're no good. Check for coach, you're no good. You check from base coach, you're no good. Your kids are made a young time. Number two, we not get sober players in this country as well. We play at all the play big leagues. We play, they don't look healthy. They don't look get the football fitness. You go there and you go see small so you show it's at the full so. They won't play the cause. What now well John Keister do again for any kind of planning? What will they do again? And the material which John Keister gets, and they use. Any coaches have been coming for those, they fail. Martin like two. Any coach will go lose and put John Keister, and they fail. And they fail. Nobody knows the passion that. We don't come to my friend at this country say, who said they can go? Coach of at this country we talk say, no see the player they say we can coach. So if John Keister don't try, they play away matches there, they get results, they go. You don't do great job. There's not a matches flow joke for our Lord, don't play for the team. Not secondary. The player they say we don't get player in this country. Yeah. We don't get player, the player they go for themselves, they promote themselves.
We lost that caller there online. 0773108 077981981. Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Call from Sports Update.
Yes, good afternoon. Papani from Congo Town.
Yes, Papani, your contribution.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, John Keister. Welcome. Coming to the media today for talk to people. First and foremost, in life, when you accept critics, you don't succeed. If you don't accept critics, you don't succeed. Now, Sierra Leoneans, 90% of Sierra Leoneans, they don't want John Keister again. What you don't do, they either not appreciate or they appreciate, but we, followers of football fanatics, we appreciate them. Because we see do for we so. After 25 years, we will qualify for Nations Cup. The transition don't work. So that one, they don't do your quality done. Now, you actually when your opinion pool, they don't want John Keister again. But now let them left farm. Let John go see them. This country, where you don't do good work, if you not respect you, where you go see them, if they remember you back, then go call you say, wait till not begin pool, and go remember you. But as for me, brother, John, me at the advice, let go sit quietly. In contract, no, let go sit quietly. Udara the Angi, at the option of the gay Sierra Leonean back, because local contests now they walk over. And the local contest, they approve in range of Keister don't do so for we. From nowhere to somewhere. So John, go and see, don't be worried. Now no opinion pool, calling going at this country. Them Tolainen, they don't want you again more again. You don't do a good job. So go and sit quietly. The other thing I go talk about Leone Star, we have a last match. They will own base here. Now they want the coach and their points away. Johnny and Tem don't so let their points up for we. But for now, John, they never know you what. But go and sit after. If you already can't appoint, you not proven. I say they will begin to good of you. But for now, they don't need you anymore. That's so Salomon, that's so we day. That's so we day. Then I will say I laughed today. So my brother can talk Creole. Can you not Creole? Yes? I got for 15 on you. You know how to talk Creole well, but most of the time you talk English in this media. Why can't you talk Creole to people? So let them, the grassroots people, to understand what you're saying. So they are talking English language. I'm not talking to you directly in the English language. John, talk Creole to the nation. You are well known how to talk Creole. So this is a lesson to you, but you don't do your own. So go and see. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Papani from Congo Town. The program now Sports Update. Hello, good afternoon. Name call from Sports Update. 077981981 and the number for call and make your contribution inside the program Sport Update. We can to you from 98.1 FM 7798191 and the number where you go call, we go add the temp for accommodate more calls them inside the program as John Keister in at the studio. They take una comments and concerns them. Good afternoon, Emmanuel call from Sport Update.
This is our opportunity from Watalo.
Yes, your contribution.
Yeah, what mean is Saloma more or less than John Keister didn't do well because they can't let me put that anymore. I call him 25 years not going to miss score. I know see if the man will not want to defend, just you know what I get, but you don't see the man not good for himself, not good for him. No, it's wrong. You people let the attack people so. Like same thing for politics. I feel like they condemn Pakaba, this are the Pakaba, they condemn America to finance things. No, stop them to their. If I told you I change the man, they change the man. Say we don't have a coach team, but I will see the man not good. You not to bet. No, wrong. Most people like that. Thank you
very much. You got another caller on the line. Good afternoon, Mr. Call from Sport Update. Good afternoon, Mr. Call from.
Yeah, the
your contribution.
The contribution I have for Keister, let God bless them. In this country, we know they appreciate people. Because we know they appreciate people, that means we not get system. Football not system. If you see them weight man the way they play, they get picking them from 12 years, 10 years. But it got to be a system, and the system the coach should try for build up. You don't get people just come and say big man and make 100%. We don't get players they play international match too much. You know, so we got to try the country. Even the one that takes the job, country, the leaders them. Let me try to make system in the country. So any coach where they can, go strain. Thank you, and the contribution.
Thank you very much. We get another caller on the line. Sport updates. Good afternoon, name where call from.
Good afternoon. Jonas from the call from Michigan.
Your contribution.
For me, I want to say, if you look the whole world, there is no good coach. Every coach gets your own beats way to do, and the same thing to Keister. You understand? You don't do your own beats, you don't do your own best part, you don't team to a certain level. For me, I want to say we appreciate him, we say kudos to him, and we want to talk to him that the next coach where they come again, he able to give him his support, even from far, whatever distance today, he able to give his support, and for help to build this legacy we don't put now the Leone team, making it go away. We want to say thank you very much, Keister. We want to say kudos to you.
We'll get another call in the game. Plenty. Thank you for contribution inside the program. Good afternoon, name yourself call from Sports Updates. Good afternoon, name yourself.
Hello.
Good afternoon, name yourself call from.
I come from Mina Wilfred. I call from Rokel.
Your contribution from Rokel.
Well, I'm glad for this program, but what I say, I don't agree with that caller. We say 95% of the people in National do not let John Keister. What he fail for realize in football all over the world. The only coach now the world where beaucoup people and they appreciate now the world the coach where they bring results. Let's watch at the international football work you watch. Then they start coach, good coach them. Where they bring results now the team. So me no say John Keister not only na the fault na the team. To me your opinion, the fault there lies with the players them and the some authorities there within the team where they know they do the right thing. We players them, they not get determination, they know they put effort, they know they follow the results where other football teams that they do for get results. So me feel say na one day John Keister how good he do. If the team not bring results, the people can go against him. The people can go against the team. So that day I mean until the team will get a team where they bring results. Now that one day I feel say the country go appreciate.
Oh, plenty. Thank you for your contribution. We'll get a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You name yourself call from Sports Update.
Hello?
You name yourself call from Sports Update.
Yeah, this now Sandy they call from Freetown.
Your contribution, Sandy.
Yeah. John Keister in problem now we they sack Kaikama and others there. Now you see Kaikama and others there, they prove international, they play fine ball, they score every day. And Keister get problem with their language business. When somebody will talk about us, Keister they talk to me, they very, very well. Wait, at the training field self, I do to one of the players, they say that man.
We don't lose that caller there online. We go which if you call back and make your contribution inside the program. Good afternoon, Mr. Call from Sport Updates. 077981981 are the number for call and make your contribution inside the program Sport Update, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We get John Keister, the head coach for the national football team Leone Stars, inside the program. This one from Mark Bonnie in our Facebook page. They say, congrats to John Keister as he did well for taking Salon to AFCON. Good afternoon, Mr. Call from Sport Update. Okay, we lost that caller day. This one, they say, congratulations, best wishes, John Keister. You've done well. We still need a serious football administrators in Sierra Leone. We all now already have a base to start from for the next Leone Star team. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Call from.
I call from Kintom.
Your contribution?
Yes, sir. I mean, Ibrahim Sanko. Keister, yes, he doing his own best. But this time, I feel say more try Mohamed Calloway get play more international match past Keister. So now that's my own contribution.
Thank you very much for your contribution inside the program Sport Update. 7798191 and also go on our Facebook page and drop a comment. You get a call on the line. Good afternoon, where you call from?
I name Mohamed Kone from station.
Your contribution?
Well, my contribution for this program now that I want to appreciate the gentleman because he do extremely well. Nobody knows wherever the 100% correct. But this Kalon, they go advocate for Kalon. Yeah, he might be a good coach, but for me, at the local level, for some of that Kalon, get attitude problem. It's very much bad in terms of sports. Yes. also is enable for accept defeat. When once the Lipa beat it's more thing happen to go and attack referees then. So if you take this attitude at the international level and how they go class this level, this country in football system. So I think this time do well for you. You do well then. For me, I appreciate them because in the country after almost 25 years, we some of who not be done money. They could go and Nations Cup again. Yeah, we don't get that kind of caliber of players. Therefore, say whether Leone Messi or this other. Now what you get now they use and adapt to able for at this level. So I'm your contribution, Ali. Thank you very much.
Plenty, thank you for your contribution inside the program. We get another caller on the line. Good afternoon, name yourself call from Sports Updates.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, name yourself call from.
Good afternoon, Musa.
Yes, your contribution.
Concerned citizens England. Musa, coming to John Keister. Sierra Leoneans, make we not be ungrateful. We all know that John Keister pulling Leone Stars. In fact, women they play, we not get formation, we not get system. Leone Stars we know they play 90 minutes. We'll play 45 minutes. We can't second half, we play 10 minutes. That's Leone Stars. Leone Stars don't they score goals. Leone Stars don't they even draw. Before we face Yayashu, John Keister take Leone Stars. We not even get league. We not structure. We are not structuralized. We not get league where they want. We not get nothing. We are so naked. It transition the team. It begin build the team. It build the team. We begin win. You know, we don't get this stage. How people will say we for just jump and get our John Keister. It's not done. Make we be realized. You know, the shade of the tree is not known until the tree is cut down. Let me tell you, if we not allow John Keister, we not give John Keister, we go regret it. Make we realize you side John Keister fully. We not mean they win. We not mean they even draw. And with the play, we not get the 12 hour when I supporter. Now we for make John Keister win. We know they do well for make we can play now stadium. All them saying they affect you. Don't make that for putting to put them for structuralize. If we want to play, we start. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution inside the program. 7798198. We get a call on the line. Good afternoon, name call from. Good afternoon, name call from. Hello? Good afternoon, name call from Sports Update.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, name call from.
Yeah. Concerning about John Keister, and the top, we are coming from Abadi. We the Abadi disappointing. We want to feel where they use the camp and they play, they go there as a coach. They can't look no more people they go proud of because that would be also. Now Abadi is the boy. One day enter another Abadi. So one of the things that you know the mix. At least if it says kind of Abadi. Let's tell them about them. Say we get talent. Right? They go there. You look for what you're doing now. But one day they feed it, then here it goes. But you don't want them to take that kind of ability. I don't problem that they will
Thank you very much for your contribution. We'll get a call on the line. Good afternoon, Mr. Call from Sports Update.
Good afternoon.
Yes, your name is Call from Sports Update.
Mina Suribango, I talk from Central for the sleep.
Contribution.
Concerning Keister issue, now brother, now we pray, now we all team. And I don't take the team go far. Imagine the team don't sit down for the past years, nothing no move. But that man come and take up the team and he push the team to the kind of level we for the law what Nigeria then standard. We draw to Nigeria. So let that possible the law Congress. But anything alive, now three things. The team don't reach, the team not reach it, the team don't pass. Let it just appreciate so. Let it go sit down. When team don't know, let it go sit down, let rest, let it do other things. So now my contribution and my advice towards that.
Thank you very much. With the pick fee calls to drop the phone line as time don't beat way from the time. We get a call on the line. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You never said a call from?
Mina Mama Bango, I call all the way from Cambia.
From Cambia, what's in your contribution?
I believe in the opinion, the hottest place in hell is kept and reserved for those who keep quiet when there is a moral crisis. I believe in my own that Salon they go in a crisis in terms of footballing system. The reason being is that we always neglect people already take this nation to a great stride. But I know I'm following John Keister feel somehow betrayed or let down. If Thomas Tuchel, somebody who win the Champions League, has been sacked, Marcelo Bielsa, a renowned world coach, is being sacked by Leeds United after all he gained them promotion from Championship to EPL. And all feel so this is a strange thing in football. Let the man just trust himself and prepare for another job. There are better jobs awaiting him, I believe. He's a good coach.
We lost that caller there online. 7798198. We'll get a caller. Good afternoon, where is call from? Okay, as we pick two calls, we drop the phone line. Quick message from Michael Amara Wise Kamara on our Facebook page. They say, Keister must go so that we, the football-loving family, can be happy with our national team, Leone Stars. And this one, they say, Mr. John, for me personally, thanks for your effort and time that you gave Mama Saloon. But I think we need a new style of football in that team now going forward.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Call from.
Call from my session town.
Your contribution, quick one.
Yeah, but yeah, John Keister, I don't try. But John Keister, wicked to the nation, a wicked man. Because if you get people away the place, professional football, I hope. They will call people away to say family. Follow up qualify, was very easy with your job. Now, wicked man. I don't know only what Mega said. If I get later.
People comments them civil. Please, I don't state them earlier. Make we not attack personality. Make we just talk on the issues, please. Well, John, one call we drop the phone line and come to you and respond to callers them quick one and the text messages that we then don't send.
Hello.
Said call from Sports Update.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Said call from.
Hello?
Yes, would I get you? Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Paul B. They call from old school.
Go ahead and make a contribution.
Yeah.
Okay, last caller. Hello, good afternoon. Sir, call from.
Yeah, I call from.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. Sir, call from.
I call from the United States.
From the United States. Your contribution?
Yeah, I just want to call and say thanks to John, and he has done a great job, and I wish him good luck in future job we are hopefully sure say he will get. But the one way we can know that the fact football, now like way you want to build house. If you build house, you get for start with preparation, foundation get for the now based on that foundation they start for construct the house. So now the same like football. Sierra Leone will not get any kind of foundation then. So I want to see that culture can play magic for let it just things just happen like how Sierra Leone did happen and let the thing say for happen. And the other thing again, Sierra Leoneans, I think so we sometimes we can lack patience. We may forget patience and understand the difficult way some job the way people they do get. Johnny's job is very difficult. I just want to say thanks to him and I appreciate in effort and time and energy we put around the team, So now that's I get for say. Let we patient time and then nobody know about Shaka. He's a good coach for me because I know the tactics that we have and our system that we work and not get to be automatic. It takes time, like he said. Whoever get for can get for build on waiting John left now. And let John go with a clean heart, a clean mind, and let it help for build the team. Let it help for develop the Salon football team. Now that's I get for say.
Thank you for your contribution inside the program. We squeeze this last caller. We need pick no call again after this one. Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Call from. Okay, we don't lost that one. So now we drop the phone line. If you open this phone line and go call it tomorrow. Plenty thank you for we call us them, but we need a pick call again. John, response to them message there. Quick one. We round up the program.
I'm really pleased. I tell you, see what I can see this afternoon. I tell you, I'm pleased about the work we don't do by the national team. When I come in, I had a mandate, and my mandate now for qualify. For me, that's good enough. And I know it's like anything you go into. There are people there we go understand better and will understand and obviously appreciate that. There are people who get contrary to that. It's normal, it's football, like somebody say. It's just a little one number the guy now Aberdeen where they say, oh, they're going to Aberdeen. Most I don't go to give WhatsApp because I forgot all tell I go to give everybody WhatsApp, I forgot and that's it. No, we don't work like that. So let people don't go into that. But then again, I'm gonna be around. Whatever happens at the end of my contract, I'll be around there.
Okay.
Because I want to see Sierra Leone we produce that $1 million player we go sell. We go bring laurel kind of country. Because it's about time we do that, and we all go fit for do that.
John,
I have a family, my wife there, who has been very, very, very supportive as always. But I'm still gonna be here. I'm not gonna say it. Whatever happens, I'll be here.
What's next for John if the FA not renew contract?
I'm gonna look for the next step. I'll come out with a statement at the end of my contract.
We get for see John na the Salon Premier League as coach again.
At this Sierra Leone, Musa. It's not about anybody. It's about I have what is the word? I still believe there's a lot I need to do for Australian football.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean to say pass a be Australian head coach before I do that and make that difference there. You understand? Right now at this moment in time there's an instructor course where they're going on at the academy. I'm doing that. Okay? I feel like there's so much I can do in football. Why would because of one or two people and get their own thing, that means to say if whatever happens I'm not head coach, that means to say no, I'm not going to do that. I'll go down to the kids, I'll go down to the youth, I'll go down anywhere where there's a work.
Okay.
And I'll always work for trying. I have a project I made. We need to see, honestly, me and you there, I need to see whether it's possible. And we have to make it possible.
Okay.
So we create those players, we will, let's sell one or two players from Salon, we will be $1 million or $2 million.
Okay.
You understand? Not so there are other nations, for the sell players, and then players, and they go. We know able to get something today. You understand? Okay. That's why I'm here. And I'll always be here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John Keister, for joining in the edition of the program Sport Update. Plenty thank you for come, and plenty thank you to Joseph Songa for technical support, and Usman Kamara we make kuna see we live na Facebook. So then Musa Kamara say have a wonderful day. Bye bye, and plenty thank you to una we call, and una self una able pick una calls them because stay now the phone they ring with plenty calls them. But plenty thank you for una concerns and call them inside the program. Well, so then Musa Kamara say bye bye.